Warm welcome, this is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch, Astrological Book of the Hours. It's the 3rd of July 2024. The moon is in the sign of Gemini and it's slowly approaching its new moon position in the sign of Cancer. As you can realize, the Gemini moon hits Jupiter today. Jupiter and the Gemini moon are in a conjunction, and that means that feelings are pushed very, very big. It's not about information, it's about big news, big information, big things that coming out for truth seekers and all the others too at the same time. We have some interesting aspects overall, which is the trine in between Venus and Saturn in the sign of Pisces. There's a trine in between Venus and Saturn, which is good for the structures of love, And then we have Mercury freshly entered Leo in opposition to Pluto. Now, when Mercury enters Leo, he's of course again ruled by the Sun. The Sun is in Cancer, and the Cancer sign is ruled by the Moon. And again, it ends at Mercury in Leo. So Mercury in Leo is important, and the opposition of Mercury towards Pluto is the opposition in between king and society, actually, To put it on a positive list, the Mercury as the Leo king is the open-hearted, the wise, the strong, the warm feeling emperor, who takes good decisions for the people. But Pluto in Aquarius is opposed to that, and that means the people do not agree. It turns out that those so-called wise decisions of a Mercury in Leo seem to be not agreeable for a lot of people, and that's what we call an opposition. This is the situation right now. You could also, who's the at least symbolically the king of the world? It's, well, maybe Charles, but actually it's as a figure the president of the United States. Mercury entered Leo and he should be bright shining as a star, but actually he's opposing Pluto. It's on the way of a decline, This is actually what is happening. If you come to Mercury opposing Pluto on a private level, it's about power. The idea of balancing out knowledge, intelligence, and power at the same time. They are difficult to be held together. But this is for the good and the bad at the same time. Also the bad people are struggling to keep their backyard wastelands somehow together, to put it that way. That's the situation. The overall rhythm, if you watch this for a few days, you might have heard about things like Saturn and Neptune are getting retrograde and are very, very slow, especially Saturn, the old side of Kronos, as the Greeks say, when it doesn't move or hardly moves, those are those like lead-filled days where you actually have the thinking, where does all my creativity go? It's not really moving. We come to a standstill. This is all Saturn being at a standstill. This is the feeling where we get this from. But however, there are other aspects happening at the same time, and this is the overall situation. This is This is the art of interpretation of the chart, actually. And one of the things happening at the same time while things almost come to a standstill with Saturn, we have this big blow up of feelings with Moon and Jupiter, and information flooding out there. It's not generally picked up by mainstream media, but it's being big. There are trials, people are being sued for, companies are being sued for throwing out their workers, and on mandates, blah 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 blah. Shouldn't be too clear about this on this channel. So that's basically a day of preparation for the new moon. Don't get the power play over exaggerated. Don't get involved in the power play in between Mercury and Pluto. After all those symbols are part of our own soul. They are out there, but they are in us at the same time. So what is Mercury and in what position doing in your chart? If it's house 5, he's longing for creativity, but it's opposing to friendship in house 11. So it all depends on which part of your chart those individualized planet forces do their work. If you want to find out about that, you can always get in contact with me. This is the email address, mind the DE at the end, because this is a German blog site, and down here you'll find the conditions for a consultation. Thank you very much for listening. Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch, at the 3rd of July 2024.